Welcome to another daily Realtor hacks and growth tools. Last time we talked about you need to set up your database into a CRM that you're going to use for routine contact via email. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, what are the best emails? Today we're going to cover what I think needs to be a consistent part of your email drip campaigns to all your client and sphere databases, which is a basic newsletter. This can be done once a month or bi-monthly. I don't think I would do once a week personally. I think that's a little overkill. I like to do mine personally once a month and really think about this is just a kind of non-formal touch, a indirect passive touch, but a way to not only promote some things like your listings, keep top of mind as you as a realtor to your sphere and database, but also provide some value. Like people want to know stuff about the real estate market, want to know about what's going on with your inventory, your listings, and real estate in general as a whole around the area that you're at. So they're going to be much more apt to open them. I could show you open rates, but kind of industry averages hover around 18 to 20% on most database email campaigns, no matter what the campaign. Click-through rates, though, can vary based on a couple elements that I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to look at two CRMs, but you use what you have. When it comes to newsletters, you need to be a little bit creative. So I'm not going to give you just a really solid template that I would expect you to copy. I do think you need to be creative and take the time and energy to put together a good-looking newsletter. Now, when you're in MailChimp, just because we used a CRM last time for setting up a free account, and MailChimp is free. So when you come over here and you want to create a new campaign, so it's going to ask you your recipients, and then it's going to take you to a setup where you're going to name the campaign. Who you want to send it to is first in MailChimp, and then you're going to set up kind of what you're going to name it. So here I just picked Chris at Eagle Eye Real Estate Newsletter, January 2017. Like I said, since I do monthly, so I kind of want to put that in the email subject so that they know, if they're looking it up or they're seeing when they're getting it, they know it's only coming in like once a month. And then you name the campaign name, whatever you want to name for your thing. Now, what's cool about all these templates is you're going to be able to copy and paste, so you're not going to have to recreate this newsletter every time. You can make small, minor changes visually to kind of help you, of course, change out listings, all those kind of things. But one of the cool things is that you can, basically copy the newsletter so you're not reinventing the wheel every time you create a newsletter. All right, so you're gonna have your from name, which of course with a lot of these can be different. If you have like Chris Ward Realtor, if you have a nickname or something that all your clients know you by, whatever you want to be. And then what email address, because you can have multiple email addresses in your profile page. So you can say if you want to go from your real estate email address or your personal email address where you want to go. Then as far as MailChimp goes, they have a couple other tracking options that you can do. You definitely want to track opens, you want to track click-throughs, you're going to track plain text clicks. Some of these are required, some of them aren't. Some of them you can ask to be put in. Auto tweet after sending. You want to connect your social media accounts. If you want to auto post your newsletter to your Facebook or to your Twitter account, it'll do that for you. Constant Contact has kind of the same thing. Or when you share, there's share buttons within the actual newsletter that you email out, and you can hit that share once you get it in your inbox as well and get it to those. All right. I'm gonna move to the template section. All right, so there's some basic themes. You can kind of see just the basic layouts of different. On any of these will really work. Again, you have to turn on your creative mode, your marketing mode when creating a newsletter. Or you can click on themes, and they're going to have kind of preset looks that you can choose from. And they have a ton of them, as you can see. If you see something that really stands out where you're not going to have to move boxes around a lot, if they have a good newsletter template that you can see, you can actually search newsletter in here, see what they come up with. So they have some basic newsletter template designs. You can pick whatever you want or start with one of their basic themes. Once you created it, it's going to save it. it really, they try to make it as easy as possible. So if you see a template that works really well, then go ahead and pick it. If not, go back to basic, pick your design. I think I already have one picked out here. Click on design, hit next down here. And you'll see that I did kind of already start one, a basic newsletter. This does not have to be super fancy, but you want to turn on your creative mode. Now, obviously, the more in-depth and the more visually appealing, you're going to have probably a higher success of open rate. You're going to have a higher success of click-through. The other thing that's going to affect your click-throughs is where you place boxes within your newsletter, where you place the information and what you want to be seen. Everything's editable. Look at this. You can edit every section. You can add sections. You can alter the design. You can change the color pretext, page design, the headers, the body, the footer. Make sure you're in mobile style. All the colors are editable. Placement of text, all of that. Inserting images, inserting dividers, image cards, video, putting your social shares in. So, basic name, logo of your company. What do you want at the top? I usually put listings towards the top. I'm going to show you two different templates. This was a quicker one I designed. So you have a brand new listing. You definitely want your inventory, your new listings here at the top. Then I always like to include a little foreclosure list here. We have just a general branding box. You can put whatever you want in there. A video channel or access to our YouTube channel with all of our property tour videos in there. They can share your newsletter. They can go to your social accounts. So very basic elements. Of course, you'd want to rearrange some of this to make it look more visually appealing. Put the color scheme in with whatever your branding or your company branding is. Picture of you want an inbox that has an ending signature box that has like your photo and your credentials and your contact information, obviously all that. So let me take you over. I just want to show you how you got to it in MailChimp, since a lot of you guys are maybe using that now. But I'm in constant contact. Yes, I'm still working. All right, so this is my actual newsletter that I send monthly. I do call it Eagle Eye. This one's actually getting ready to go out this Friday, as you can see. I changed kind of the background color to kind of match the seasons usually. It's winter, so it's cold, it's blue. We are here. I put a little tagline: real estate sales this winter are not cold, because they have been up historically year over year for January, February. So kind of making that kind of like a tagline, headline for that. I have my signature box up towards the top on my newsletters. Remember when people scroll through your email, of course, sometimes they don't get all the way to the bottom. So I moved this one to the top instead of putting it at the bottom. A lot of my other emails, my signature box is at the bottom. So this one's just a little bit different. All my social icons, all my contact information as well, and my little slogan that I do there. I've just started inserting our video property tours. Instead of just a picture of the property, instead of just a static picture of the property, I actually insert a link via YouTube that links them back to the video tour of the property. But we're trying to build an audience on YouTube, and it's also, this is one of those things where increasing clicks in your website video is being proven to have a higher click rate on email. So we just started adding that, but I still do a little write-up below, maybe have a website direct to them with the property, but I want that video in there. Again, another video. These are two listings that I'm highlighting in this newsletter, two in-house listings, two of my listings I'm going to do. But as you scroll down, you see I also have kind of a side-by-side section here. So winter rental deals, we still have some deals going on, so this takes them to our rental website. Always include a foreclosure link. Foreclosure properties in your MLS, not just your properties, but I always put a link in here to link to foreclosures that has a very high click-through. I also do a foreclosure email once a month that has click-through rates of 45 to 50%, which is 3 times industry standard. So always good to have that section in there. I did a little self-branding thing, so you could do this. This would be like your social. If you're trying to build your Facebook audience, you're trying to build a social platform. If you just want to put a cool tip, and sometimes there's cooking tips, home improvement tips, something of value that you can add. I'm trying to promote the new show that I'm doing on YouTube, so you know, I put that in there for this month. I might change it out next month and do something like a DIY tip or something like that. Also have this little section right here, what's my property worth? We want to have a way for people to contact us to ask us about the home value. Obviously, we want to work with them from a listing standpoint. So what's my property worth in North Myrtle Beach? Just takes them to a capture website where they can fill out a short form for finding their home value real quick. Moving down, I also have a link to all of my listings in here. You can see how you get to our website. Just takes them right to our website. All of our in-house listings are all of your personal listings. I have kind of an affiliate sponsor block here at the bin in case you have any affiliates down there. And I also have links to my farming websites as well. If you don't have some of these components, you can always add in your own stuff. Again, this is meant to be creative. This is meant for you to showcase a little bit of you, a little bit of your information, while giving very hard information that people want to know about property and the area. You also can add a little bit of yourself and your branding for that. But the point more is this: you need to have some kind of monthly newsletter type contact with your sphere and database, stay top of mind, provide valuable information, and be able to basically just stay in front of your sphere, that they know that you're top of mind as a realtor and as their real estate agent and their local expert in the market. If you do that, you'll be surprised how many people remember and await to see this email if you do it with the right frequency, not overloading, and you don't overload all the information. You can make this newsletter go on forever if you put like every listing in there and all that kind of stuff. So keep it short and sweet. The things that people want to do: video has higher click-through, foreclosure has higher click-through. Make sure, like I said, I think the top of mind there, that's good. All right, and get out there and be consistent.